Hi, my name's Matt. I'm with the MissionHub team. So excited to be serving you as you make a difference in your world. So today we're going to be looking at a way to turn the Key Volunteer Challenge into intentional action. Have you ever done the Key Volunteer Challenge or like a 5 friends list or things like that? It's a way to cast vision for this idea of being intentional with the people that God has put around you. But usually, it kind of ends up on a sheet of paper like this. You kind of got the vision that you're trying to go after. You've got some biblical reinforcement of 2 Timothy 2:2, or the way in which we multiply our impact as we're faithfully imparting to others. And then on the Key Volunteer Challenge, there's usually 2 lists: a list of people that you want to invite to the mission, and a list of people that you want to introduce to Jesus. But after you've got this filled out and the person's super excited, they're ready to go, like, what do we do now? Like, I guess we stick the paper in our Bible, hopefully revisit it. Maybe something will happen. MissionHub wants to help you and your ministry turn that into intentional action and then celebrate it when it happens. So I'm going to give a quick demo of what this looks like and how it can serve you. Okay, so here we are in my MissionHub account, and we're on the People tab, and these are all the people that I'm wanting to be intentional with, to take steps of faith with. And over here on the far left is the Steps tab, and these are all the steps that I've accepted and wanting to take with the people in my life. So for those of you involved in like a crew ministry or a Power to Change ministry or a tandem ministry, you have a personal ministry section, and these are people I'm being intentional with that God has put in my life that aren't necessarily a part of my participation with the ministry, but like we say around MissionHub, every person matters, every step counts. And so we want to be supporting that as well. But also, if I collapse that, you'll see I'm a part of another ministry called Our Ministry. And this is a little test ministry for me and for our team. But you can see in here, these are different people that, because I'm a part of Our Ministry, I'm wanting to be intentional with. So you remember my Key Volunteer Challenge page, and I had 2 lists: those people that I wanted to invite to the mission and those people that I wanted to introduce to Jesus. And I'm going to add some of those people to MissionHub, accept and create some steps of faith, and then start turning that vision and desire into action. So one person on my list was to invite to the mission, and his name's Jay. He's a personal friend, not a part of our ministry or anything, but I'm going to add him and put his name as J1 and hit done. And J1 is somebody who's growing in his faith. So I'm going to select that he's growing. MissionHub uses those stages to help suggest relevant steps of faith to take, or you can create your own step. But with Jay, I'm going to encourage J1 to share their story with someone new this week. I want Jay to take a step of faith himself. And this is going to be a way I can invite him into the mission by actually helping him take a missional step. So I'm going to add that to my steps. And we can go over here into my steps, and you can see that there it is. J1, encourage him to share his story with someone new this week. Now, there's also somebody on my Introduced to Jesus list, and this is a person that I met in my work with Our Ministry. So I'm going to go down here to Our Ministry, and his name's A, just for privacy's sake. So is A uninterested in Jesus? Is he curious about Jesus? Is he forgiven? Growing? Is he guiding? I know A a little bit, but I'm actually not sure. So I'm going to click not sure, but I still want to be intentional. And there's a couple of steps that they've suggested. And you know what? I really like this idea of asking him what gives him meaning and purpose in life. It seems like a really safe question for him. It's important, it's intentional, but it's not going to feel weird in our relationship, and it'll actually help me understand better where he's at in his spiritual journey. So I'm going to add that to my steps too. I'm going to go over here to my steps tab, and you'll see there are the 2 steps. These are important to me, and so I can do a couple of things to remind myself about these. One of these, I'm going to star this J1 because I want that to be one of the 3 steps that I'm really going to focus on accomplishing this week. But I also don't want to forget with A to find a time to ask this question. So I have the ability to set a reminder, and I'm going to say, I want to be reminded in 3 days at 12 o'clock. All right, so let me dial it up here. In 3 days at 12 p.m., remind me to take this step. Okay, and so that's all set, and I can go back to my steps. So this is me wanting to do something, but if I were to, let's jump ahead a few days, and I ran into A on the street, and we had this conversation that I can actually complete this step, and he said it was all about the money. Okay, that's helpful. He's still here because we didn't get into spiritual things, so I'm not quite sure where he is in his spiritual journey, but I've got some more information to better talk with him and get deeper. But because I'm a part of our ministry, I'm going to go to the Communities tab, and what you'll see here is a list of all the communities that I'm in. I'm going to click our ministry, and you'll see on the Celebrate tab within our ministry that Mateo Lightbulb, which is my alter ego, just completed a step of faith. And everybody else in our ministry can now see that I took a step of faith and can celebrate that with me. They can click that heart. We can also have kind of a conversation in here about what happened. And so instead of having to wait till I see, our ministry again at the meeting or the gathering or whatever to tell this story, I can share it right away. And it's doing a couple of things. One, the rest of the people in our ministry are now getting excited, hopefully. Their faith is getting fueled, that they can take a step of faith. And they're also getting to join me in seeing what God's doing as I take these steps of faith. And that's what is a movement feel, right? When it's just kind of happening around us, we're joining God at work, we're participating with what the Holy Spirit is doing around us, and then we're telling that story. So I hope this gives just a quick example of how you can turn your 5 friends list or your key volunteer challenge into tangible, regular action that will fuel the faith of your ministry and let you have tons of examples of how God is at work and you're participating. We're praying for you. We're with you. See you soon.